Hey everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. And I wanted to do an updates video. It's been a little bit of time since I recorded a video for my channel. It's been interesting. We all have had a very challenging May. Highs and lows, I'm sure, and I am no exception. Many of you have shown so much amazing support, and I am in deep gratitude. I cannot tell you. There are times this past week where I didn't want to get up. I didn't even want to get up out of bed. I had to, though. You have to get up. You got to work, and you got to get up and handle business and move on and do different things, and seeing many of your posts, whether you are black like me or brown, or whether you're an ally or identify as yourself as an ally, or you just want to just show love. I received all of it, and I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful for the support. Thank you. Thank you for being there and bearing witness, as I like to say, because it was challenging even for me to want to put that on my channel, but I'm grateful I did. I felt a release. It felt very cathartic for me, but I will be frank, I still struggle, emotionally. I have highs when when I'm standing in solidarity with, my peoples and they're sharing from their heart and soul. I'm crying with them, and I'm able to do a release there. And then when I watched Kellyanne Maddox, she didn't waste any time to put a video out. And that's just the kind of person that she is. And not only that, she was she's putting a call out to, put the creator, the witchy and tarot communities out there that are people of color, Black people, Black Lives Matter. She was just all on board. And it made me so grateful and so happy. And I get so elated, and then I get sad because I'm like, oh, but she's not from here. And don't get me wrong, I have plenty of woke friends. I am so blessed in that area. And I realize I've been pretty sheltered, guys. And that may sound strange, but I grew up in the Bay Area, and my teachers, many of them were Black, or if they weren't, they were, hippies. I shouldn't call them hippies, but whatever. They don't care. Hippies. Many of them are baby boomers now, or older generation, but they were very much a part of that energy, and they wanted to make sure that their kids that were in Oakland at the time, that's where I grew up, were learning the truth, because the books were so woefully inadequate. It didn't talk hardly anything about African culture, history, or what happened in America. And they would spend their own money creating little books for us. That's what I had. That's what I was blessed with. Many of the white people in the Bay Area are very, in touch with these kind of issues. So in one way, I didn't realize how ugly it could be elsewhere. How people hide behind their religion to justify minimizing people. And that's if it's not religion, then it's straight up racism. It's, when I'm sitting up here saying I have no issue with cops. Come on. Many of my friends are police officers and law enforcement. I have no issues with them. I have the issue with the system that will continue to allow for certain things to happen that trample on people's rights. It's like their immunity supersedes our civil rights. It's not okay. But yet I get to see firsthand this week in my social media, like I said, highs where like people are like, yeah, it's full stop in my feed, like just not full stop, full go, I guess. It's all this beautiful commentary, all these different like images and memes and videos of people like supporting the cause. And then there's crickets from certain people in my Facebook friends list. Quiet. People that I would think love me enough to at least say, wow, that's really jacked up. I am so sorry you're hurting. No. Okay, fine. And then there's groups, Facebook groups that I was a part of. And what I decided I'm going to do as of yesterday at lunchtime, as I was eating my lunch and I was going through my Facebook, I was like, time to clean house. Because I can't with y'all. Or some people outright being straight up rude. Like this one lady that I worked with years ago had a big old meme. I don't even know how she made it so meme. She was like, it's in black. It was all black and then white. Like, Black Lives Matter kind of, coloring. And she says, who's tired of seeing this shit? Raise your hands or something like that. And then, of course, there's people commenting. It's like, whoa, okay, tell me how you really feel. So, and people are like, oh, protesters, they're, dividing us. Really? Huh. Okay. And then Facebook groups, it's like, oh my gosh. I just don't have the energy anymore. So I'm cleaning house. I'm getting rid of Facebook groups that are cluttering and anything that's cluttering my social media. Just getting rid of it. Sorry, not sorry. So that's part of my update, because the reason I bring that up, and it was actually going to be at the end of my list of things to mention for my updates video, was because I abruptly left one particular group yesterday. Today is the 5th. And I said a few things and then I left. And I realized, I didn't, I could have probably at least told somebody goodbye. I was like, no, I'm out. I am not dealing with nobody's bickering over a deck. Okay? Like, y'all can't be compassionate enough to be able to have a meeting of the minds and be respectful of one another. Then I don't have the energy for this, because I just don't really have the energy for any of that petty mess. And then I was like, let me focus my attention and my energy on my peeps, my tribe, my Facebook group, my, channel, my Instagram folks. Let me not be over here dealing with all that. I was like, oh no, I'm not over here mediating over here, trying to get people to see things. No, like what? No, I don't have the energy space. I don't have the emotional capacity right now. It's just interesting. And I realized, okay, I'm like, oh wow, there's, okay, all this momentum. Okay, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hopeful. And then, now they're going to charge the other 3 officers in the George Floyd case. And then they raised Chauvin, whatever his name is, the main perp, the main one. They raised his to 2nd degree. And, you get all like, yay, okay, that's what we wanted. But no, it's just not quite enough. Because we're going to go into a situation where, will the prosecutors feel like they want to indict? Okay, if they move to indict, great. Well, are you going to get a jury that's going to convict? I don't understand how some juries are able to look at evidence and still come up with not guilty. But it's all in the language, y'all. Okay? I'm not speaking from inexperience here. I'm telling you, as someone who, I work for a state agency. I understand, laws. I see regulations. That's something I've been dealing with also in my private sector job for 20 years. It's the way it's written. It's the way it's designed. So until we face that and deal with that, and there's so many different levels in different areas that this touches. It's law enforcement, yes, but I mean, we're going to literally have to look at, sentencing and sentencing, like comparing, like looking at the analysis. Okay, here's disparities here. And what's sad? These surveys, or not surveys, but this information about all this longitudinal information has been there. There's been study after study after study talking about the different disparities amongst blacks with whites in this country and in the world, really. It's like, oh, well, who cares? So it's like, again, I want to get happy. I want to feel good about it, but it just feels like, I don't know, guys. So I'm hopeful. But, I'm also a woman of evidence and, history. But I'm also an optimist and a believer and a manifester. I've manifested beautiful things in my life, amazing, miraculous things in my life. So I've been struggling emotionally. Happy to see all the protests. It's, and just everyone coming together. And then sad to see some of the ugliness that's still happening and that's gotten worse. We won't go too much into the ugliness. You all know what I'm talking about. So thank you for showing up, being here, listening, doing more than just listening. Resources that I can even check out and be a part of and just get, just like, yes, all these different creators that I didn't even know about. I'm like, yay, I can't wait to this weekend just settle in and look at the blessings. Thank you, Kelly Ann. Wow, what a gift you are. I knew she was a gift like forever because I've been watching her forever. And like how she just focuses, on issues in our tarot community and in the witch community. And just also how this is a woman who does Self-Love September. And she keeps it all the way real, all the way raw. And her kindness of boosting our our channels and our Instagram, like, now I actually have to spruce up my Instagram, So, thank you. And thank you, Simon. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, everybody. Lovely. It just warmed my heart. So it made me I just got so tired yesterday of dealing with the petty. I was like, oh no, I have been so wrong on focusing on over here and over there. Tunnel vision. So I had to get the human element out first on my updates. Let me take a sip. because, yeah, I actually recorded a super long favorites video. And I even had it uploaded to YouTube June 1st. It's June 5th now. It probably won't go up until June 6th. This updates. And so I combined the updates kind of video with the with my favorites, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. It was really good too. I'm not gonna, it's too long. It's way too long. And this is gonna be too long because I realized this is just a update like, how are you doing, Kim? Update. How's the world doing? Update. And maybe, you know what? I just got an idea. We'll just let that be. I'll do my Abundant Life Tarot, biz updates and my favorites separately. And then you guys, I have little bits of me. Little bits, and that's okay. So we'll do that. How are you guys doing? How's everything going with you? It's a lot, huh? It's heavy. And I was like, oh my goodness. There was a thought for a moment. I was like, am I going to even do a favorites video? Should I even do that? And I never have not on my channel. I don't think there's been ever a month that I haven't did a favorites. And it's just fun for me. It's like people can watch it way in the future, a favorites, and be like, oh, okay, so in January 2019, this is what this lady was into. It's kind of like a little snapshot in time of the things, especially the decks that we loved. And it's fun to go back. I don't usually go back. I don't even really look at my videos, to be honest with you guys. I just edit it and then throw it up. I don't really like looking back at it. The only ones I'll look back at, it would probably be for educational purposes. I don't know. Just for like, oh, I want to make sure I'm not overlapping, discussing similar things. I don't know. It's just, so, yeah. But, I'm here and I'm inspired by all of you and all of your amazing comments. I'm still going through them, by the way, guys. So bear with me. There's still some comments that, so somehow I had some weird filter on my, so I was missing comments because I had this weird filter setting. I don't know how I missed that on YouTube. So I'm fixing, I'm going through, and now I filter like, okay, ones I haven't responded to. So I'm just going to, start from the top, go all the way down. So I always like to engage with my folks who leave comments. It's just that in the month of May, not only was it super emotional with like the whole like shelter in place and COVID and like all that stuff, and then all the killings and stuff, I was slammed with readings. Like, it was the busiest month I had ever had in my entire business. Like, and I was grateful. Let me tell you why. Because the governor had announced that there was going to be some sort of, he proposes a 10% pay cut, which I knew that was part of, signing up, leaving the private sector for the public sector. I realized that these things could happen. But also because there was like some sort of extra payment that had to come out for medical benefits. For when I started the job last year, there was like, they cover you, like, but then the state was late in taking the payments out, so I had to catch myself up. Anyways, long story short, I have to pay that back, which is fine. I'm grateful because let me tell you, I have a family and we, got to have some good medical benefits. So I'm grateful. So it was like, oh my gosh, it was super busy though. I had never had so many video and live readings before in my life. Yeah, I average, because I do this this is a part-time business for me, part-time tarot business. I do evenings and weekends. And it was just spilling everywhere. It wasn't just, it was just taking over my whole life, all those readings. And I think normally, like, busy for me would be maybe, I don't know, 12, 13 in a month. That would be busy. Because again, like I said, got another gig, and then I have a family and friends and other interests aside from tarot, believe it or not. I know, believe it or not. So I had in the neighborhood, I don't know, of 30 some odd readings. A lot of my repeats were coming back, and then new clients, and then lives. It was like boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh my gosh. But I held on tight, and I did it, you guys. I made it. So I was like, whoa. But I was grateful because when I looked at my pay stub the other day, I was like, whoo. Thank goodness for all those readings. So I was grateful, but it was a nice also distraction, because if I started to get super sad and depressed, and I have to be careful, I tend to, you know, I have a history with depression, to be perfectly honest. I've discussed that, you know, from here or there on the channel. And so I have to monitor that with myself. And I notice certain signs, like I've lost weight, and I just know that about myself. And I know my anxiety has kicked in high gear. And so it's just like, so I had to really nurse myself back to health with that. And I'm still doing that. But readings were a nice distraction to be able to serve others and to help them. And my clients are so amazing. They were referring. So what was happening was that they were like, oh, I love you so much. And they were referring other people, which is great. I love that. It's like, yes, that's wonderful. It's more of my tribe. We're congregating together. But I was like, oh, this is busy. So I don't know, guys. One day, maybe it'll be a full-time thing. Who knows? But for now, I'm grateful. I have jobs. I have jobs. So, like I said, I didn't want any of these videos to be too long. That's just of what's going on with me update, like more like a vlog. Yeah, I didn't want to talk too much externally about politics of what's going on, or about how upsetting those things are, because we already know. But I have another updates video I'm getting ready to record, and you can, you know, watch that for more of what's going on with the channel, with my business, with Abundant Life Tarot. Got some exciting things coming. So yeah, check those videos out. And then definitely check out my May favorites. I'm so excited. I'm glad I didn't miss out. I'm starting to feel like my old self again. And again, that's thanks in large part to like just being able to read comments that are so uplifting. I have to admit though, it was making me, I was crying a lot, but that was so good. And so needed all those tears. Tears of like relating, tears of joy, tears of elation, tears of gratitude. Big gratitude. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to the old subscribers. You guys got, oh my God, you held me down. Thank you. And thank you to the new folks. All right, guys. See you around. Much love. Take good care of yourselves.